Drives right side, gets a screen from Ivicic, hesitates, gets to the rim, off the glass, it goes and one.
Hog Reaction is also presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
People had us in the coffin. They just didn't have all the nails down.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. Tune in to Hog Reaction after every Razorback basketball game right here on ESPN.
Yeah, I got you now, man. Hey, welcome in here to Hog Reaction tonight. Arkansas knocks off Texas 78-70 in Austin. Big time win for the Razorbacks tonight. It wasn't one that I think a lot of folks figured they'd have the guts to squeeze out, but man, Aduthiero, John L. Davis, and the rest of the Razorback company on the road got it together tonight, and boy, what an exciting game it was. Had the lead there for a little bit, and it was stretched out. It was big, and I thought that it was going to be a massive win that we were going to be bragging about for the rest of the day, and then Texas kind of made it a little bit interesting there at the end, but Matt Jones, I got the legend here with me. Matt, what do you think about that game tonight, man? Get you a little bit more excited for the rest of the season?
It time kind of shows this team kind of coming together, a little maturity. They just had an emotional win in Lexington, and just to follow it up, it just kind of tells you, I think this team's starting to come together.
Yeah, Matt, I think that it was the emotional win from Saturday. Those emotions can kind of get the best of you sometimes. Not getting too high and too low is something that I think the Razorbacks were trying to focus on this week, and they came in and took care of business tonight in Austin. Aduthiero led the way tonight with 14 points, as well as John L. Davis, who also had 24. Man, Nelly Davis is really coming into his own here these last couple of games, Matt. He's got 24 tonight, 18 the past two games before that. He's also been racking up the steals as well. I think it's now 13 through the last 4 games, so averaging more than 3 steals a night over the last 4 games for Nelly Davis as well. Billy Richmond with some big minutes tonight, went 4 for 4 at the free throw line, had some clutch buckets as well, and it turned into the foul game late, but the Razorbacks were able to hold off the late Longhorn surge, and it was exciting, and now the conversation turns a little bit. You thought that maybe that the Razorbacks would be dead and that the nail was going to be in the coffin for them, like Coach Cal had talked about earlier on in the week. But I think that now folks are starting to realize that, hey, those early season hiccups the Razorbacks had, it's kind of just how basketball goes sometimes. You're trying to form a team together and mold them out of, really nothingness. When Cal got here, he said, I met with the team and there is no team. And now we're here just a couple of months later after we thought that this was going to be a national championship, Final Four caliber team, and some of that talent, while it hasn't lived up to expectation totally, you're starting to see why a lot of folks thought this team had some serious potential, Matt.
Man, we were pretty dominant on the defensive end. I thought Nelly, he has great anticipation when it comes to getting steals, the way he goes about it. Our ball movement was good on offense. We played pretty clean for the most part. You're right, Big Z's he's dominant. Carter Knox, freshman, very efficient. 1 of 2, and then you look at Thiero, 4 of 5. They didn't force anything. But I'm liking Carter Knox. Each week I see him play, I'm liking his game. And then couldn't be more excited for a kid, Janelle Davis, just kind of the adversity he came through just a couple months ago. Just wasn't playing very well, and really kind of turned the page.
Yeah, Matt, I think one thing that I heard you and Phil mention this week, you're really high on DJ Wagner and his ability to get in the lane and create for others. He was able to do that tonight with 13 total points and dishing out 4 assists as well. And Matt, one thing that I think that he does really well, along with this whole Razorback team, and you also mentioned this, is that they take care of the ball really, really well. And so when a team is trying to come back at the end like Texas did with a really great shooter like Trey Johnson and some pretty solid athletic big men, one of the things that you cannot afford to do is, get complacent and things like that. And DJ Wagner, he was super, super good at taking care of the ball tonight, as well as Billy Richmond in relief, and John L. Davis as well. Matt, just taking care of the ball. I think that's one thing that the Razorbacks have done over these past 2 games that have really, really led to this turnaround for the season so far.
You knew Texas would come and make a little run, and they did. And it was just kind of, what time are they going to make this run? Don't turn the ball over. It's almost like a 4-minute offense in football. It's get a solid shot, but let's work the shot clock. I thought our end of the game, last 4 or 5 minutes, I thought we handled it pretty well.
Absolutely. You want to get on with us tonight? You got me, Colton Little, and Matt Jones with us here on Hog Reaction. We're brought to you tonight by Buffington Homes. They're helping you build a life you love. You can learn more about them at buffingtonhomesar.com. We're also brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback. It's locally owned and operated by a family of alumni of Razorbacks, and they have the largest selection of merchandise that you can find anywhere south of the North Pole. It doesn't get more Razorback than the Stadium Shop. You can find them out more at their website at shoponrazorback.com. It's that fancy shop with 2 P's and 1 E. Also sponsored tonight by Sawyer's Sunrooms. Everything for outside the house, and they mean everything from sunrooms to patio covers, pergolas, driveways, and windows, including decorative concrete. You can find out a lot more about that when you visit them online at sawyers-sunrooms.com. Super excited to be on with you tonight, Matt. And man, it's a lot better to be on with these, in my opinion, after a win. And this really does kind of change the outlook for your season, I think, to this point. If you would have asked me when they started 0-5, if I thought that they would be able to go into Rupp Arena and also into Texas, or into the Moody Center down there at Texas in Austin, and pull off back-to-back wins, and I would venture to say pretty convincing wins, I would have thought that you were on something. I would have thought that you were going crazy and you really quite hadn't gotten a grasp of just what this team is, or what we thought that they were. And so, Matt, I mean, what do you think? Do you think this is the turning point, or maybe it's just a couple of you've gone up against 2 opponents in a row that have just had some bad luck shooting the ball and taking care of it in the end of the game?
Yeah, this team's going to go as far as 3-21 take us, and if Nelly's going to continue to do his thing, man, that's 39 minutes, and he's playing so much more efficient. That's a real team coming in. Mm-hmm. Alabama, Texas isn't that. Texas doesn't scare anybody, but Alabama, that's a real basketball team that when people are filling out their brackets here in a few weeks, a lot of people are going to have Alabama in the Final Four. So it'd be a good test to see if we can't keep this going on and try to go be like the Kansas City Chiefs, try to win 3 in a row. Hey,
that's right, and it doesn't get any easier, unfortunately, for the Razorbacks. The SEC is just super, super stacked this year. It's been one of the best leagues in the history of college basketball from top to bottom, and now there's talk of probably 12, maybe even 13 seeds if you're Joe Lunardi possibly squeezing into the tournament. And now what the Razorbacks have done was they've sort of got themselves a little bit closer to the more positive side of that bubble. Quad 1 wins are what the premium is right now in college basketball, and to be able to go in and get one of those is also huge for your tournament resume. We'll get into a little bit of that and more here on Hog Reaction a little bit later. If you want to get on with me and Matt Jones, you can. You hit that number 877-377-6963. You can get on with us. Tell us how you feel. Maybe if you put some money down, tell us how much you won, how much you might have lost. Just let us know what you're thinking about tonight's game, and we'll be back in a minute here on Hog Reaction with Colton Little and Matt Jones. Y'all stay with us.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Happy New Year from all of us at Crabtree RV Center in Alma. We invite you to party with us all year as we celebrate 75 years in business. We are proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas area for 75 extraordinary years. Here's to 75 more. Happy New Year from all of us at Crabtree RV Center in Alma. We invite you to party with us all year as we celebrate 75 years in business. We are proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas area for 75 extraordinary years. Here's to 75 more.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, HIMS can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
It's a key ingredient called Tesnor. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. Total T is backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Knox, step back, left wing, 3-ball good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadu drives the paint, kicks it out to Brazil, 3-pointer good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. This is Hog Reaction.
Splashing for a steal is Davis Nelly to the other end and a 2-hand slam.
Smooth like peanut butter, sweet like jelly. Goodbye, John L. Hello, Nelly. Nelly Davis explodes tonight for 23 points. He's got over 60 here in the last 3 games. And Matt Jones, good to have you on with me tonight. How big is it to have Nelly Davis come back and kind of show everybody that's kind of been giving him the cold shoulder, saying that maybe he's a bust or that he was a miss in the transfer portal? How big is it to have a veteran presence like him finally kind of blossom and come into SEC play, able to find his shot and also become a stalwart on defense?
It's a beautiful thing to watch as Nelly Davis blossoms and comes to fruition. I mean, he really is. He's playing well, and so I don't know how much we hear about. What was he had a wrist injury? So how serious was that? Everybody's always a little banged up by this time of the year. But maybe he looks pretty healthy. I love his defense just as much as anything. I think he's one of our best defensive guards. And then you add Thiero and Wagner in there. Their toughness. I mean, those 3 guards, pretty tough. And so I like those guys. They continue to come together, and you can get a little bit out of Brazil, a little bit out of Richmond. I mean, this team. They win a few games, and they'll be in the tournament, and then it's all about matchups then.
Yeah, Matt, you're right. These matchups, I think, are one of the big things that Coach Cal has sort of been taking advantage here as well over these past couple of games for the Razorbacks as they've gotten on track, as well as in the Georgia game. I think it's just going to things that work, and it's also part of the reason why at the end of the game you didn't feel like, even though Texas got it close, you kind of felt like that the last Corleone, as John Rothstein likes to call him, John Calipari, was going to be able to grind the game down to a halt and do, as he likes to say, as he said multiple times throughout the season, drag his team across the finish line. I think that that trio of freshmen, excluding Boogie Flan now, who was able to come back with the team tonight and be able to be on the bench and support his guys, that trio of freshmen with Billy Richmond and Carter Knox and Boogie Flan was a huge get for Cal, for them to be able to come over from Arkansas and be able to come over from Kentucky to Arkansas and kind of jumpstart this program new and fresh under Calipari. And they've taken a little bit of time, but like you said, Matt, Carter Knox and Billy Richmond just coming in with a lot of energy has been really, really big for this team. And now Carter Knox tonight, he put forth 9 points as well as 4 total rebounds. He had a couple of steals as well. But another guy tonight that had an awesome, awesome game is, of course, the big fella, Big Z.
Hogs right back down the floor. Wagner gives it to Ivisic at the elbow to the ribs of Vonimir with a one-hand throwdown.
12 points tonight for the big man from Croatia, 9 points for him as well, with 35 minutes, one of his highest minute totals of the game. You saw some limited minutes tonight, only 4 from Jonas Adu. The Hogs got to get him going, but Big Z tonight, Matt, was big. And I think one of the things that really, really helped us out tonight was he was super aggressive off the glass, grabbing those rebounds, which I think has been really, really great to see him be able to do that. You know that he's kind of given up probably a couple of pounds and some muscle down there in the post every time that someone backs him down, but he's big and long, so be able to go up there and sky high to grab those rebounds is huge.
Yeah, and he had an ankle injury earlier as well, so he's coming along. His game, man, I like his game. A stretch 4, stretch 5 that can. I mean, to be able to get 12 boards, 9 points, and pretty efficient. I mean, that's what you need out of a guy like that.
Shot 1 for 3 beyond the arc tonight. The Razorbacks as a team shot 7 for 17, which gives you a grand total of about 41.2%. So over these last few games, that 3-point shooting clip as well has also been a big plus and a bonus for the Razorbacks to help kind of stir the drink for them there a little bit. Matt, just how important is it for them to continue moving on with this huge shooting numbers?
Man, this is, you look at the last 2 games and it's like maybe we need to go play on the road, but getting to the free throw line, making your free throws, shooting a 3-point shot, and not just falling in love with it. 7 of 17, and sometimes when you hit a couple threes early, then you start firing from everywhere, and we stayed aggressive. I love the fact that these guards love to turn the corner. They love to attack the rim. And, for guys like Big Z or for Carter Knox or or even when Brazil's in, and I think Richmond's athletic enough, and then Big Jonas Adu, that when our guards do drive the lane, you can follow them up and be able to get offensive boards, and that's just a way to get some easy buckets.
Absolutely. Getting those easy buckets was kind of one of the big keys for the Razorbacks tonight to continue moving on. They also continue moving on with the season. They also took some chances and also had a couple of really good fast break points, which is one thing that this team does really well. They're, I believe, one of the top 20 teams in the nation in fast break points, and their opportunity and how efficiently they are at converting those buckets in transition. So they were able to do that tonight as well, and that's one big thing that I really think that the Razorbacks can continue to do. They did get outscored in the fast break 15-9, but I think that a lot of that came kind of near the end of the game when Texas had some opportunities there as well. But they took care of, took care of the ball tonight. They shot the ball well. They shot 41% from three, 44% from the field overall. It's just, those numbers are going to win you a lot of games, and I think that we wrote the book a little too early on this team early on in the season. They've shown a lot of grit, and they've shown a lot of ability to be able to continue to, move forward. This was what Coach Cal had to say about some of the naysayers earlier this week.
People had us in the coffin. They just didn't have all the nails down.
They didn't have all the nails down. And I think that tonight the nails that fell down were some of the threes that rained down from John L. Davis as he was able to flash around the three-point line and get some easy buckets, as well as pull up a couple times and show a facet to his game that I think will really help the Razorbacks as they move forward for the rest of the season. We're here on Hog Reaction tonight. You got me, Colton Little, and Matt Jones. You can jump on with us if you want to. That number is 877-377-6963. Rick from Fayetteville kind of agrees with me earlier, saying that, hey, these two road wins and hostile environments, they can't be ignored. This team kind of has turned a corner a little bit, and it seems to be a big win that hopefully can invigorate the fan base. Chad Whitehurst, watching on our YouTube stream, chimes in as well. He says, love a win at Texas. Horns down. I'll throw one of those there for you there, Chad. I any chance I can get to, clown on Texas is big. And Matt, we've had a lot of history in the Southwest Conference with Texas, and now the first matchup that you have in the SEC, it's kind of back to business for the Longhorns. We put them back in their place on the hardwood.
Man, you're right. It was like Uma Thurman in Kill Bill, oh Beatrice Kiddo, just getting up out of the coffin and going across the diner and getting a glass of water. And you can't underestimate the fight, man. Coach Cal's a competitor. He's going to have that team going, and they just seem to be a little more connected. And it also starts on the defensive side. I mean, their defense the last two games has been the best I've seen them play all year.
Yeah, the defense has really, really stepped up. I think that first possession of the game, I'm sitting there watching it, and Texas had a couple of really open looks, and they had kind of passed them up because we were closing out. We were active with our hands. I think that's one thing that tonight was really a huge kind of an asset of the game, is that these past couple of games, Arkansas has kind of stayed in a good rhythm. They haven't gone on those long droughts where they've failed to score. They did a couple of times near the end of the Texas game and then the second half. But in the Kentucky game and this game as well, they've kind of held off those runs from the other team, and you can't do that without playing really good defense. I thought one of the first possessions of the game, Texas had so many good looks, and I mean, we locked them down. Big Z skied for a rebound, and I knew that tonight was going to be a big night for the Razorbacks on the defensive end, and it sure was. They contributed 8 total steals, and they also finished with a couple of dunks on the other end due to those steals. So it was a perfect symphony. Everything kind of worked out together, and it was all just a beautiful harmony. Speaking of a beautiful harmony, the things that we got going here at Hog Reaction tonight are super exciting to talk about, with the Razorbacks knocking off Texas tonight 78-70. And speaking of that beautiful symphony, like we mentioned, here's a beautiful symphony for you. It's Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop, and Sawyer's Sunroom. So once you've built your beautiful custom home with Buffington Homes, AR, you got to have that thing stocked up, with all the greatest Razorback gear and the coolest decor. So you can go see our friends Robert up at the Stadium Shop on Razorback, pick up some cool Razorback memorabilia up there. And then once you're relaxing inside, you might think to yourself, wow, it'd be nice to step outside when the weather is nice. And you can do that with Sawyer Sunrooms on a nice patio and a pergola, get a nice driveway fixed up for you. So once you come in from a nice long night up at Bud Walton this Saturday, you come home to a nicely paved driveway from Sawyer Sunrooms. That's a beautiful symphony right there of all of our wonderful sponsors here of Hog Reaction. It's a late night, 11:30. We're going to try and keep this going. If you've got anything you want to add to the show, get in with us here. We want to hear your calls. We want to hear how excited you are about this Razorback basketball team. Me and Matt love to take your calls. You can do that with reaching this number here, 877-377-6963 to reach us here on Hog Reaction. Be back in just a sec.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Happy New Year from Sharp Equipment. Come on over to the new Sharp Equipment today and explore what all Sharp has to offer. From our latest offers and deals as a Wacker-Neuson dealer to customized hydraulic and industrial hoses, equipment repairs, and as a Cinnabogan authorized service provider, we're able to offer even more. Stop in to check out the new location at 5608 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith, or give us a call at 479-649-0500 to see how at Sharp Equipment we help you move more than just the world. We help you move forward. Sharp Equipment, your Wacker-Neuson dealer.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
If you live near Alex, Alma, Branch, Bloomer, Mountainburg, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect Internet may be available to you right now. Wave is now serving a few non-member areas and adding more in the coming months. Check availability online. Sign up.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TRAVEL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TRAVEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TRAVEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
At Central Hydraulic in Fort Smith, the work doesn't just stop when the temperature drops. We're your go-to service provider. Be sure to prep your machine and stay ahead of the frost and costly damage. Still using summer oil? Winter-friendly oil is the weapon your machine needs. Be sure to get an oil change. Check your hydraulic fluid, fuel prep, and battery check. For all these services needed in the cold weather months, come see Central Hydraulic for all your hydraulic needs at 6104 Highway 271 South, or call at 479-646-0571. Central Hydraulic, your service provider.
Knox, step back, left wing, 3-ball good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Now, dude drives the paint. kicks it out to Brazil. Three-pointer good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. This is Hog Reaction.
Arkansas knocks off Texas tonight at home, 78-70. And the Razorbacks now looking at an opportunity to get off the bubble of the NCAA tournament and maybe etch themselves a seed here if they can continue to grab these quad one wins. That's the name of the game now here in February. And as we roll on into March, it's all about the quads and how you can continue to rack those up. Bud Walton's going to be crazy this Saturday. If you haven't found yourself an ability to get a ticket, you need to find a way to get into that building. It's going to be rocking. It's going to be one of the best atmospheres that it's been all season. And I know Coach Cal talked about that a little bit in his post-game press conference, just about how important it is that that building is exactly what it has been for him and opposing coaches for 30 years since it's opened. Even with all the drama with the reseeding that we've had to go with here the past couple of days, I know that that building still has the ability to get louder than any place in college basketball. And so, Matt, Alabama and LSU now coming to town. They got the next schedule here on the 8th this Saturday and next Wednesday, Alabama and LSU. So you haven't seen the Crimson Tide yet, but you know that they've become a basketball factory with Nate Oates there in Tuscaloosa. And we're familiar with this LSU team because need to get a little get back with those Tigers who kind of got an ugly win down there in Baton Rouge against her early on in the season. So now with a win tonight, Matt, against Texas and Alabama, LSU coming into town, is 1-1 okay? Next couple of games, is that all right? Or do you think you need to get both of those two for everybody to feel real comfortable going on to the tournament?
Well, you always want to try to protect your home court. You take pride of playing at home, and just like you're talking about with the atmosphere and the environment. The thing is, Alabama might be the best team this Hawks team's played so far this year. I mean, that's a real basketball team. They have some depth. Mark Sears, a veteran guard, Grant Nelson, a power forward that kind of can just do a little bit of everything. I mean, he had 5 blocks in his last game, 10 boards. He's efficient. I really like his game. Yeah, I mean, that's a scary game. The thing, too, is we have to take our opportunities. Like the LSU game, got to win that game. Texas is going to come back into your place. Got to win that game. You got to beat at South Carolina. The thing we didn't do early in the year was we should have took care of business against Oklahoma, and we didn't. And so those are the type of teams that we're going to have to beat. And LSU down there in Baton Rouge should have been. You put those 2 wins that the Hogs very easily could have won those 2 games, and it's kind of a totally different feel. Our room for error is minimal right now. We have to win. 1-1, we'll take it, but then you got to go. It's A&M, Auburn, Missouri. I mean, very easily, those are 3 real basketball teams.
Speaking of Missouri, they were also in action tonight against the Volunteers. They had to travel to Knoxville, and they fell to a pretty good Tennessee team that's been on a roll here recently. They kicked the crap out of Florida over the weekend, or they kicked the crap out of Florida. I think it was last night, and over the weekend, and now they're here. Beating Missouri tonight 85-81. Georgia also took care of business against LSU at home 81-62. And your Arkansas Razorbacks, of course, got the dub tonight 78-70 against the Shorthorns in Austin. It's always good to get the W against Texas. I know that burnt orange, every time I see it, it's a gag-inducing, like it's not a good color on anybody. I mean, they make those pretty cheerleaders down there in Austin look ugly and orange. It's just a shame. But it's good for the Razorbacks to go in there and bring some red in there. I think that there was about 16 minutes left in the second half. The Razorbacks had kind of extended that lead a little bit coming out of the first half, and I heard a very faint but a very mighty hog call that sowed some of the seeds of doubt on that Texas bench, and it was really, really great to hear. Man, Billy also at the end of that game had a really big block, Matt, and he flipped his hips so well that I kind of want him to see if he can be the tallest safety in the SEC. But man, how big is it for him these last couple of games to come in, kind of show just that energy and just get a couple of plays here and there? How big is it to have that spark plug coming off the bench?
Yeah, man, he's getting better. He's so athletic. That's the thing. He'll continue to mold his game and continue to get better. And we don't know how it's going to work with this portal and the new wave of college basketball. But if you look at this team, you think 44, Big Z, he's coming back. Adu Fierro, number 3, he's coming back. Carter Knox, 11, he's coming back. Wagner, 21, he's come. Billy Richmond's coming back. So you look at kind of some of these guys that could be coming back and being Hogs again next year. I really like our I like our squad.
I do too. I think that this is one of the things that was kind of a feeling of solace for me throughout the season is that no matter what, I think that next year would be better because you were going to retain a lot of the guys that were on your roster this year because they didn't seem like they were quite ready. Now, if they continue to develop and, the coaching staff there on the Hill continues to develop these guys, they might see a couple of these players decide to test the NBA waters. And I think that that's great. And I hope that they have that opportunity on the table for them. But obviously you want to hoard as much talent as you can up there at Bud Walton. And I think that you're right, Matt. Some of the holdovers from this squad are going to be really, really fierce for this team next year, and I can't wait to see that. But for now, the Razorbacks are really just trying to squeak them out one win at a time. Every game is important. You mentioned that you really can't go back and undo what you've done. You certainly can't put the toothpaste back in the tube with the 0-5 start, but you can always move forward. And now with the win against Texas tonight, I know that Razorback fans feel a little bit better about their chances watching the Hogs on the hardwood for the rest of the basketball season. This is Hog Reaction tonight here on ESPN Arkansas. You got me, Colton Little, with the legend quarterback Matt Jones here tonight as well. You can hop on with us for what time we have left here. You can call us at 877-377-6963. If you're listening to us out there, I hope it's on the Hit That Line Now app, sponsored by Taco Bell. And guys, we'll be back here to wrap this up in a couple more segments on ESPN Arkansas. Y'all stick around.
Listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one
Prescriptions
down.
require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, Hims can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Happy New Year from Sharp Equipment. Come on over to the new Sharp Equipment today and explore what all Sharp has to offer. From our latest offers and deals as a Wacker Newson dealer to customized hydraulic and industrial hoses, equipment repairs, and as a Cinnabogan authorized service provider, we're able to offer even more. Stop in to check out the new location at 5608 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith, or give us a call at 479-649-0500 to see how at Sharp Equipment we help you move more than just the world. We help you move forward. Sharp Equipment, your Wacker Newson dealer.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalties. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TRAVEL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TRAVEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TRAVEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Knox, step back, left wing, 3-ball good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadu drives the paint, kicks it out to Brazil, 3-pointer good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. This is Hog Reaction.
We need our fans there, early, standing. Look, I've been in that building when it's nuts. I've been there. We need it nuts now.
Needed nuts on Saturday. That's right. If you're a Razorback fan and you are getting a ticket to this game this Saturday, you better lose your voice. We need it nuts in there, according to Coach Cal. He said he's been there before when it's nuts, and he needs it nuts. I remember when he was there one time when it was nuts and he got thrown out. It's just such a strange thing, I think, for me and everybody else that's been following college basketball or just really watching college basketball at all for the last 15, 20 years. It's so odd to see a guy that's been the target of such filthy, vile rhetoric from Razorback fans for years now be the guy that's leading you to these exciting, thrilling victories. It's a strange thing. And Matt, I think that games like tonight, I think that, Cal, he seems a lot softer and more excited to be around his team, and I think that it's just such a strange thing for fans to kind of wrap their heads around that, look, this guy is our coach now, and he's the one that's getting out there and leading them to victories, and I Matt, what do you think? Have you kind of come to terms with it, or what?
Coach Cal's a competitor. You can see that his players love him. He's a player's coach, that's for sure. The team's coming together. It was kind of a slow process, and you can see the talent. Coach Cal can identify athletes. He can evaluate that type of talent, and that's what he has. He has a collection of athletes, and he's teaching them how to play basketball, and they're becoming basketball players right before our eyes. And I'm proud of him. The last 2 games, to be able to go to Lexington, to be able to go to Austin, and to win these games, and really kind of. We played. We controlled the tempo. We set the tone. We played our game. We dictated everything these last 2 games. And if you can continue to do that going forward, now I don't know. Alabama, that's a real basketball team, and Alabama, I think, is the best basketball team so far that this Hog team is played. Will be their next game. That's the best. It'll be the best team they've played against. So, hey, what better test to find out where we are?
Going to be a good test for the Razorbacks on Saturday night, Matt. No doubt. Jeff has given us a call here from Pope County, all the way from Russellville. Jeff, what's on your mind tonight? You watch the Razorbacks take down the Horns?
Oh, yes, sir, I did. And I think Matt would agree. Anytime you get a chance to kick the shit out of the Longhorns, then whether it's in football, basketball, anything, that's what we do. it's always fun.
Amen, Jeff. I appreciate the sentiment. That's just one of those magic words that's going to cost me a couple dollars later on down the road. I appreciate the sentiment, but Matt, he's absolutely right. Anytime that you get the chance to kick the you-know-what out of the Longhorns, it does make the victory a little bit better.
Man, go down there to Austin. It was a business trip, and the cool thing is this month, the 26th, they're going to come back in, and maybe they'll have all their weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They'll remember this, so you're going to have another battle there. You kind of go back, watch film, learn from this a little bit, and understand that the best team you've played all year is who you're about to play this Saturday. I mean, it's not even close. And let's go see where we're at.
That's right. Got to see where we're at, Matt. They got 9 games left for the rest of the season. And really, 7 or 8 is kind of the number that I think a lot of folks are kind of putting out there, floating out there as the idea, as the number you need to get to kind of squeak into the tournament there without having to scratch and claw in the SEC tournament in Nashville. And they got 9 games left. You're at 3 wins. Almost every single one of the opportunities you're going to have will be quad 1, but if you need 8, you got 5 games to get there. Well, you do have 5 home games. You got Alabama, LSU, the next 2 you got on the slate. Then you go to A&M, to Auburn, come back home for a homestand against Missouri and Texas, 2 teams that you'll be having a rematch against. Then on the road to a pretty sad and desolate South Carolina squad, at Nashville against Vanderbilt, and then one final game March 8th on Saturday against Chris Jans, the dentist, and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. So the Razorbacks have the opportunity to, go out there and continue to keep winning, but the question is going to keep this good shooting going? And I think that at least if they can't keep the shooting going, I know that their coach is going to be on their side. This is what Cal had to say tonight after the game.
I said to ESPN at halftime, kids are fighting, they're playing defense, and that I love coaching this team.
Loves coaching this team. And you know what? Because they've hit their stride now and they're playing for each other, there's a lot of good ball movement. The team is exciting. Hey, I think that as a fan now, you can start to kind of stomach watching this team. There was a stretch there, Matt, where I know you would come in after the game on a Thursday morning and you and Ty and me and Phil and everybody, it's hard to keep a positive attitude about the team whenever, there was such a high expectation going on to the season. But those rumors have been quelled a little bit now, and it looks like that the Razorbacks have just stepped up their game entirely, especially on the defensive end. Arky from NWA chimes in here on our text line. You can too at 877-377-6963. He said defense has been the impetus. Great buzzword there from Arky. Impetus for this team in these last 2 games. I also think that Cal has settled in on a rotation, and we're finally getting into game shape. That rotation right there is a really key part, Matt. I think that our best offensive rotation is not our best defensive rotation.
Yeah, let's don't skip leg day because we need these quad 1 wins. And you're exactly right. The defense is where it's all been. That's what's changed. And hitting shots. I mean, this team has never been a sloppy team. Mm-hmm. They pass the ball well. They share the ball. They share for their teammate. There's not a lot of guys that are playing selfishly. And that's how if you're going to have a good team, you got to be an unselfish player and play for your brother and play for your teammate. And that's what you see on the defensive side. And I think like what we were talking about earlier, these are athletes that are learning the game of basketball, and we're getting to watch them grow up right in front of our eyes.
W.C. Kendrick chimes in off of our X stream. He says, man, Bud Walton should be a madhouse this Saturday night. Hey, Coach Cal said he wants it nuts. And I want it nuts, too. It's going to be a fun one to watch this weekend. Hogs and Bama moved back from 7 o'clock to 7:30 now. They just made that announcement this afternoon. The game was supposed to be at 7 o'clock. It is moved back a little bit to 7:30 on ESPN this Saturday. Be sure to tune into that. We'll have it here, coverage on ESPN Arkansas, to hit that Line Now app, and as well as everything else we got going on here at ESPN Arkansas. Hog Reaction tonight with me and Matt Jones, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and Sawyer's Sunrooms.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that
Hog
one
fans,
down.
this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The
largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about? Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need. Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need. We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion. Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help. Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta, WW, book,
Dad,
Ram,
it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Central Hydraulic in Fort Smith, the work doesn't just stop when the temperature drops. We're your go-to service provider. Be sure to prep your machine and stay ahead of the frost and costly damage. Still using summer oil? Winter-friendly oil is the weapon your machine needs. Be sure to get an oil change. Check your hydraulic fluid, fuel prep, and battery check. For all these services needed in the cold weather months, come see Central Hydraulic for all your hydraulic needs at 6104 Highway 271 South, or call at 479-646-0571. Central Hydraulic, your service provider.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Knox, step back, left wing, 3-ball, good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadu drives the paint, kicks it out to Brazil, 3-pointer, good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. This is Hog Reaction.
4 seconds, 3 seconds, to the rim. They let him lay it up, and he blew the layup. Richmond gets the rebound, and it's over. The Razorbacks have come to Austin and beaten Texas. 2 straight wins on the road for John Calipari and the Hogs, 78-70. The satisfying final tonight in Austin.
Sweet, satisfying, every S word you can think of, man. The win was fantastic for the Razorbacks tonight. 78-70, that's your final tonight in Austin. The Razorbacks go into the Moody Center, one of the worst abominations of architecture in the history of mankind. And the Razorbacks take care of business against the Longhorns. Adu Thiero had 14 points. Carter Knox with 9. Zavonavir Avicic had 9 as well. Nelly Davis with 24 tonight. He's been getting better every single game. And DJ Wagner also piled on 13 points. Trevin had 3. Billy Richmond also contributed 4 points, all up the charity stripe. And Adu also with a nice bucket as well. The Razorbacks knocked off Texas tonight, and man, I can't help but think that the fans are super excited about, just what's going to come this weekend on Saturday in Bud Walton Arena. Matt, you've been in that building. You have, made plays that have gotten all 20,000 people in that arena on their feet screaming. Just how big of a factor is playing in that building for our basketball team? I mean, I know it's worth, some places, some people say that a good arena is worth a couple of points. I mean, how much is Bud Walton worth now that it's going to be rocking this Saturday? Matt, you there with me? Well, Matt Jones probably having a little bit of technical problems here, so he might have actually hopped off for the night. I mean, it is midnight. He's probably done, so, I would be too at this point, honestly. But, hey, the Razorbacks aren't done. They've got a little bit of time left this year, and, they got 9 games, and I can't wait to see what the Razorbacks have in store for the rest of the season. If you want to hop on here with me, you can, 877-377-6963. I'll read your texts. I'll read your comments. I'll take your phone calls. I mean, there's got to be somebody out there in Razorback land that's excited about this team and maybe wants to make a bold prediction, maybe wants to tell me just how excited they are. You can do that here, folks. If you're listening on our Hit That Line Now app, if you're listening across any of our great radio stations here in the awesome state of Arkansas, and you think that you want to get on with us here, talk a little bit about the game tonight, you can. 877-377-6963 to get on here at Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and Sawyer's Sunrooms. It's Hog Reaction here on ESPN Arkansas. The Razorbacks take down Texas tonight. It was a big one, and now the only thing that I can think of is that we just got to find a way to continue moving forward with this team. They're shooting the ball so much better than they have been to start the season, and I think that Arkansas, when they started the year, they just did not have the identity that they needed to be able to fully and completely get off to a hot start. Hot start. They also had a really, really tough and difficult start to their schedule. I mean, you got to go you got to play Tennessee, you got to play Florida. I mean, it's not a very easy start, and not like anything gets any easier for the Razorbacks, but man, it's gonna be something now that you've got a couple of more favorable games. Hey, Matt, you back with me, brother? Hey, good deal. All right, Matt. So we got one more segment here with the man, legend Matt Jones here. Matt, I was asking you that you've been in Bud Walton, you've made the big plays, you've done things that have really, really got all 20,000 people in that arena on their feet cheering and screaming. And just how big of a deal is it if they can get that building rocky on Saturday? How big of a deal is it for us to maybe have that momentum that the building brings? How big of a win would it be this Saturday?
Colton, yes, it's that's a real thing. I don't know what just happened there, but
you're good.
We're connected again. The thing about playing Alabama this weekend, it's like we said, it's the best team they've played so far this year. You want to keep it as close as you can for as long as you can. The fact that we don't turn the ball over a lot on offense is good. If let's see if we can shoot well at home. We haven't really played that good at home this year. Alabama's the best defensive team that we've played this year. I mean, they know how to put. They're a veteran team. It's like Notre Dame having Riley Leonard at quarterback, having Mark Sears as your point guard. I mean, he's just a guy that has a lot of reps. He's seen a lot of things. Nothing you're going to throw at him, he'll be used to. Alabama has shooters. They have depth. But so hopefully you can get a home court advantage, and maybe that can help out. But it's going to be the toughest test that they've played so far this year.
Yeah, Matt, you're right. And I think one of the facets of Alabama's game that makes them so dominant is that they're really good at what, college basketball savants and experts and analysts, they all call the middle six, which is the 6 minutes going into the second half and the 6 minutes at the start of the second half. Tonight, the Razorbacks had a 15-0 run from the end of the first half with 2:21 left to the start of the second half, all the way to, almost 5 minutes in, and they turned a 6-point lead into a 21-point cushion. Now, obviously, if you watch the game, you realize that later on Texas would get the lead back down to as low as 6 later on, but clutch free throws kind of came through for the Razorbacks today. They finished in the second half shooting free throws. They shot 82%, 14 of 17, and at the stripe in total they shot 77%. They shot 35 tonight, and as opposed to just 27 for those bozos over there in burnt orange. So it was a great win for the Razorbacks, and hopefully they can just keep moving forward with this season. And I think that coming into this game on Saturday, Matt, you said it. It's not just a team with a lot of superpower. It's also a team that's got a lot of guys that have played a ton of college basketball, and as you can see, experience now with Nelly Davis kind of coming into character. Experiences it comes at a premium in the SEC.
Yeah, you had a pretty cool catchphrase with Nelly Davis earlier. There's no question about it.
You think so? I appreciate
that. I mean, it's gonna be interesting, and the thing we can do is use this home court and use this home crowd advantage. Because each time we win a game from where we're at, then they each keep getting bigger. If you could win this Alabama game, I would equate it to Arkansas beating Tennessee this year in football at home. So that would be the biggest win without a doubt. And then it's kind of the kiss. It's kind of the icing on the cake. If you can beat this Alabama team, all you have to do is win about 4 or 5 more games and you're in.
Yeah,
I mean, because that would be a big time win right there.
Yeah, it would be a big time win. You have so many more quad one opportunities, Matt. You said it. You put it in perfect words earlier. You can't skip leg day. You can't skip leg day. I've probably skipped leg day more than I've joined it, but the Razorbacks can't afford to get in a workout regimen like me. They got to get those quads thick and full. They got a couple more opportunities left. I think now it's 7 out of the next 9 is going to be a quad one opportunity for the Razorbacks. You probably won't get one against LSU at home or on the road against South Carolina, but everybody else, I mean, A&M, Auburn, Missouri, Texas again, and then Vanderbilt and Mississippi State. I mean, you just can't take a night off in this league. And
I mean, they're going to earn it.
They're going to earn it. You said it right there, Matt. They're going to earn every win that they get, and they've earned the 3 that they've picked up after an 0-5 start to conference play. But now they're back on track here, 3-6, and they're going to be trying to take on a feisty Alabama squad coming up this Saturday. All righty, folks, if you want to get on with us here, you can. Got a couple more minutes here with Matt Jones. You can call us in at 877-377-6963. Text us as well. Matt, I think that one of the big things tonight that I'm looking forward to, that I saw that they're going to continue to hopefully do moving forward, is just shooting the freaking cover off the ball. And do you think that has to do with just the confidence maybe they feel, or is that Coach Cal just, finding more creative ways to get these guys into more comfortable looks? Because I think that this team is not known as a team that takes bad shots. They just seem to have missed a lot of the open ones to get off to the start here in conference play. But is Coach Cal drawing up this boost in shooting percentage, or are guys just getting more confident?
Yeah, it's contagious. Your teammate starts having success, and then everybody else starts having it, and it goes both ways when you're not making shots, and then all of a sudden nobody can hit shots. So it is contagious, and Kentucky's really not that good of a defensive team.
They're awful.
Yeah, right. And Texas, I don't really know what to think about Texas. Texas doesn't scare me. I don't know if they were missing a player or not.
Mm-hmm.
I know they have that little freshman guard that's a beast. He was 10 of 12 from the free throw line, but 6 of 22 shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a lot of shots. Alabama's going to be physical. You know what's not going to happen? Nelly Davis is going to struggle to get to double figures. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
They're not going to let Nelly continue to do that. That's one of those things Oates will do, is he tries to take away, okay, well, what do they got going? We're going to make sure he doesn't get going. Hopefully, it'd be so awesome if Nelly Davis can score 21 against Bama. You know what, Colton?
Mm-hmm.
I think we can win that game.
I do too. I'm with you, Matt. I think that if Nate takes away Nelly Davis's ability to score, I think that it's going to be pretty much relying on DJ and Thiero at that point. 3 and 21. Matt, you said those two numbers in succession talking about this team.
We need to go to the roulette table.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and definitely on red. I think that those two guys going into the game this Saturday, they're going to have to continue to step up. And Nelly, he's a 5-year guy. He's played a lot of minutes in college basketball. He was coaching up Carter Knox tonight a little bit when Carter kind of had a bonehead foul there at the end. But Carter Knox also tonight played 35 minutes. So it's great to see the freshman getting a lot of that experience.
Love Carter Knox and 45. I'm going to be looking to this matchup as far as Mark Sears and Nelly Davis and kind of seeing how they go about it. Let's see what you got, because Sears is number 1, number 2 point guard. I like Ziegler at Tennessee as well. I'd probably take him over Sears, but Sears is right there. And so Nelly, he's a guy that has NBA aspirations. He's a guy that thinks he can go play at the next level. Well, let's see what you do against a college guard that knows what he's doing. I'm very interested in that matchup.
24 points for Nelly Davis tonight, as well as 5 total rebounds. He was 6 for 6 at the charity stripe, 4 for 8 beyond the arc, and 7 of 15 shooting. It was a great night for the transfer from FAU. Matt, one last thing before I let you go here, and we're going to wrap it up in just a minute. Matt, what has Jonas Adu got to do to get back on the floor and get back into rhythm? Because that experience that we're seeing with Nelly Davis, Jonas has played a lot of minutes. When do you think we're going to be able to see him finally come to form?
Man, just keep getting in the gym every time you can. Call coach, call your shooting partner, call somebody to rebound for you. Just don't lose your love for the game. Keep enjoying what you do. Enjoy the process. A lot of people talk about that, but that's what it is. If you're injured, get in the treatment room. Make sure. We have some of the best doctors and facilities in the world up there. So take care of yourself and just keep going, man. Keep a smile on your face. Keep working hard, and the results will pay off. And I know sometimes and just look to your own teammate. Look to Nelly Davis, who. What was it? 5 weeks ago, nobody thought that he should even have a scholar. They're like, who is this? And now look what he's doing. Maybe you can draw from that. Say, hey, man, this he kept grinding, he kept working hard, and he's becoming one of our leaders. Because I really think Nelly might be our leader. He about a month ago we were like, well, who's our leader? Who's going to be? it might be Nelly Davis.
It might be Nelly Davis. He finishes tonight with the high for the Razorbacks, 24 points, 4 for 8 beyond the arc, 7 of 15 from the floor, 6 of 6, like I just said. And man, it's good to see him come into form. Well, Matt, I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. I'm going to wrap it up here after this next segment. Matt, just, what do you think is going to go on for the rest of the season? Do you think it's going to, is this a big turning point, or we got to still just take it one game at a time?
That's all you can do. One game at a time. We'll see. Get back, watch some film, figure out what Bama's going to do to you. The role players, you think Billy Richmond, you think 9, and you think TB4. The role players, they're going to get 10, 12, 15 minutes maybe a game. Maybe they can do well because that's all they're going to get. So hopefully when they get their time, they're starting to figure out their role. That they can blossom in that limited time.
That's right. Got to know your role, and the role we have here on Hog Reaction for our wonderful sponsors is perfect. We got Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and Sawyer Sunrooms here for us on ESPN Arkansas. Matt, I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Can't wait to hear how you and Phil dissect the game tomorrow morning and afternoon.
Always enjoy working with you.
Thank you, brother. All righty, y'all. We got one more segment here on Hog Reaction. You can jump in the last segment with me if you got some exciting things to talk about here. And you can call me at 877-377-6963. Send me a text as well at that same number. Hop on the YouTube, X, Facebook, and Twitch streams. And let me know what you think about the Razorbacks tonight. They knocked off the Longhorns 78-70. And, man, I can't help but think that this is going to be the straw that stirs the drink. It's going to be a big one moving forward for the Razorbacks as we move into everyone's favorite season for basketball, March. Alrighty, back here at Hog Reaction to wrap it up in just a minute.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, Hims can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
It's a key ingredient called Tesnor. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. Total T is backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference confidence it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone-boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, Hims can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Knox, step back, left wing, 3-ball good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadu drives the paint, kicks it out to Brazil, three-pointer good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. This is Hog Reaction.
Boy, you got to be that excited tonight as the Arkansas Razorbacks knock off Texas 78-70 on a blistering shooting night. 44% from the field, 41% beyond the three-point line. The Razorbacks take down the Longhorns and notch another important quad 1 win. I hope you're as excited as that rejoiner you heard right there. That was our very own Ty Richardson this past weekend after the Razorbacks knocked off the Wildcats. He was enjoying himself at one of our favorite spots here in town. And man, I think that he deserves that, and I do too. Everybody does if you're a Razorbacks fan, because, man, it was a rough start to the season for everybody. And I think that now the Razorbacks kind of coming into their own and, getting a little bit better, a little bit more exciting to watch, and hitting some shots, playing exciting defense is pretty fun to watch. I appreciate everybody sticking around with me tonight, everybody on the stream, all you guys out there listening across our great stations and on the Hit That Line Now app. Thank you, guys. We're going to get out of here in just a minute. Let me get you one final stat line right here for us. We got Adu Thiero tonight. He had 14 points on 4 of 5 shooting to go with 5 total rebounds as well as 1 block shot. Carter Knox tonight picked up 2 steals and a block on the defensive end. He contributed 9 points as well as 6 free throws on 6 attempts, and he also had a bucket as well for a total of 9. Big Z, the Croatian sensation that left Big Blue Nation, he went 4 for 10 this evening and 1 for 3 beyond the arc. 12 total rebounds as well for the big fella. Crashed the glass and did a great job securing those loose balls for the Razorbacks. He also picked up 4 big-time blocks as well. He's an imposing presence down there. Nelly Davis, I said it earlier, man. He's smooth as peanut butter and sweet like jelly. Nelly Davis, baby. 7 for 15 this evening, 6 for 6 at the stripe. He had 24 total. DJ Wagner also pouring in 13 points and 4 assists at the team high right there. Brazil, he had 3 points this evening. Billy Richmond with 4, and Jonas Adu with 2 as your Razorbacks knock off Texas 78-70. They'll take on the Alabama Crimson Tide, one of the best teams in the league, this Saturday at 7:30. That's right, the time has changed to 7:30 on ESPN. It's going to be a big one, folks, and if you're in there, you got to be sure that you're out there doing your best you can to get it nuts, because Coach Cal said he needs it nuts.
We need our fans there. Early standing. Look, I've been in that building when it's nuts. I've been there. We need it nuts now.
You better be screaming your face off there on Saturday if you're a Razorback fan, baby. It's going to be a big one. That's going to be all the time we have tonight here on Hog Reaction. Thank you to our wonderful sponsors. Arkansas Basketball and Hog Reaction is presented by Buffington Homes. They're helping you build a life you love. You can learn more about them online at buffingtonhomesar.com. We're also sponsored by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, locally owned and operated by a family of U of A alumni with the largest selection of Razorback merchandise north of the South Pole or south of the North Pole. Either one works. They've got the most stuff around. It doesn't get more Razorback than the Stadium Shop. Stop by and see Robert. Get some cool stuff there. And visit their website at shoponrazorback.com. Also sponsored tonight by our good friends at Sawyer's Sunrooms. Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. That's sunrooms, patio covers, pergolas, driveways, and windows, as well as decorative driveways, concrete, lots of awesome stuff. Like they say, anything for outside the house, the folks at Sawyer's Sunrooms can take care of you. Visit them online at sawyers-sunrooms.com. I appreciate you guys sticking around with me tonight. I'm no Ty Richardson, Tommy Kraft, Phil Elson, or Clay Henry, or Chuck or Bo, or anybody else that you hear on these airways, but man, it's awesome to get on here and talk about how fun it is to watch these Razorbacks, and appreciate everybody that called in tonight, all the texts, guys. Thank you guys for listening. Chuck and Bo early in the morning, 6 a.m. here on ESPN Arkansas. Y'all stay tuned.